No, Belle. Don't do that. My
Yeah,
dog.
what is it called? Camera? And then they
Well,
click that
lights,
thing.
camera, action.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
Good morning,
Morning.
Lee.
Here we
Howdy.
are again. We've always got lots to talk about. So you had something on your mind.
Yeah, this is a subject that I have been looking at, dealing with, um, praying about for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It's in, I've told you about my notes that I keep, and my notes are up to 850-ish.
Yeah.
This one is number 340. So it's been a while that I've been thinking about this,
Right.
years.
Right.
Um, and it's one of those things that, like I've told you, and we've talked about, there's when when you finally see a lot of the things that we talk about, you can't unsee it.
Mm-hmm.
And it may take a while to come to that point where you can't unsee it because of all the stuff that's going on in our minds and around the world and all the distractions.
Mm-hmm.
But as you keep looking at what God is showing you, it gets inside of you. Um, but this one has been one I haven't been able to shake, and I've been trying to explain it to myself.
Yeah.
And it's something I can see clearly. I understand it, but I have not been able to put it into English words to myself. Even in my notes dance around it. But
Mm-hmm.
when I start looking at the notes, this image comes back that is utterly wonderful.
What does your note say? Just out of curiosity, if you just flat read the note, it's three. What was it? 340.
Yeah, 340.
Yeah. Just 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 read it, and then we will g- go from there. And I appreciate the kid gloves trying to ease us into it, but yeah, just drop the bomb and we'll
Okay,
see what
well,
happens.
maybe that's the way to do this.
Yeah, why not?
This note starts with the subject of glory. Um, Glory is a word that has wonderful, it gives you wonderful images, but you can't identify the images. There's something wonderful about glory.
It's a
Uh,
sense. Yeah.
yeah.
It's,
Well,
yeah.
if you look in lexicons, lexicons often have at least two definitions for the word glory, which is doxa.
Okay.
Um, the first one often is glory. Sometimes the first one is not glory, it's opinion. Glory is an opinion.
Hmm.
And I mean, that's what it says. I don't know how they came up with that, but I'm just going with what the lexicons say. You can
Yeah.
check it there on your Bible Hub or whatever you've got there.
Yeah.
Um, Glory. And I think about C.S. Lewis's book, The Weight of Glory.
Mm.
I always
Hmm.
love that title. I just the
Yeah.
weight of glory. And then when I discovered that glory meant opinion, wow, I realized the weight of glory is the weight of God's opinion.
Mm.
Whoa, the weight
Yeah.
of God's opinion carries weight.
Yeah.
And that was wonderful to me. So I said, God has always, God always has a good opinion about all of his children.
Hmm.
He's excited about all of us. Now, if you've ever have a child, and you're a fairly decent parent, you're excited about that little guy or gal.
Yeah.
And God has always had a good opinion about his children. He has never had an opinion that's gone south on any of us.
Yeah.
no matter what we're doing or think we're doing, what we're experiencing, what we're saying, all feeling, it doesn't matter. Um, God isn't looking at us from our perspective because he understands our perspective and how we have it, and that oftentimes our perspective is totally false. But it's
Yeah.
so much a part of our thinking, we can't imagine that our perspective is not real. But
Yeah.
God looks at us from his eyes, and he has a wonderful opinion about all of us. And when I tell myself that. I've been doing it for
Yeah.
years that Father, you have a wonderful opinion of me. You're excited about me. You treasure me.
Mhm.
And because he does, he has a good opinion of us. He didn't create us to be the way we think we are. I know
Yeah.
how we all think we are, and everybody's got a different opinion about themselves. Some are decent, but nobody's got the opinion that God has about us, because his
Right.
opinion about us is off the charts. So anyway, that's where my notes started this morning.
Yeah.
Um, and so the Christ in us, the hope of glory. Remember that verse?
Yeah.
Um, that means, remember that hope is the word hope today means in the future. Something is
Yeah.
going to become. That's not
Which
God's definition of hope.
right.
Elpides is expectation.
Yeah.
That's it. So Christ inside me is the expectation of God's good opinion of me at all times, in
Yeah.
all situations. And oh man, that's because Jesus expects his Father to have a good opinion of him all the time. Could you
Yeah.
imagine God not having a good opinion of Jesus? Huh. No, I mean,
Mm.
that's no, God has a wonderful opinion of his Son,
Mhm.
and they are equal in that they're both God,
Mhm.
but God the Father is more mature and more knowledgeable than God the Son. Jesus said so. He
Mm.
said, there's things I don't know, my Father knows.
Yeah.
Um, and so we've got Jesus, who is a child in God's eyes, maybe
Mhm.
an adult child, nevertheless, a child who is not as mature or as knowledgeable as the Father.
Mhm.
A lot of people would argue with me on that. I don't care.
Yeah.
You can just see it in the scriptures, it's there.
Wow.
And
Wow.
so, um, whatever God thinks of Jesus, we have to understand that's what God thinks of us. It has to be because we're inside Christ.
Mhm.
And if we're inside Christ and we're the same as Him, then how can God think one thing of Jesus and something else of us? It
Mhm.
doesn't even make sense, but that's taught. I've heard that taught. And
Yeah.
it's like, come on. We're inside Christ. As He is, so we are in this world. That's an off the chart statement. But
Yeah.
some of these things that I talk about, I've never heard anybody preach on. I mean, they'll dabble with it, but
Yeah.
people don't seem to understand it's fact. Just take it. It's a fact. Whatever God says is fact. You may not
Yeah.
know what to do with it, but at least you can start by agreeing with God. That's fact. So, Father, I can say to myself, Father, I've got two sets of facts in my mind. I got the fact of what I've seen and experienced, and then I've got the fact of what you say.
Mhm.
And your facts are real. And if your facts are real, then my facts can't be real.
If they don't line up.
If they
Right.
don't line up, they
Yeah.
can't be real. They're
Right.
real to me, but they're not real in your reality, which means that I'm living a life that I'm inside of a life that's much better than the life I'm living.
Mhm.
And I didn't say that very well, but
No, you did that's fine. You did it inside of a
so
life that's better than the life you're living.
I went on, and since Abba has a good opinion of Jesus, he has the same opinion of me. God just has the same opinion of me that he has of Jesus. I love that. That to me is a wonder. I wake up in the morning, and sometimes a flood of negative thoughts will hit my mind, and
Mhm.
fear and anticipation of this or that or the other thing. And I just stop and say, no, this isn't true. I know it
Yeah,
feels true. I know it seems real, but God has a wonderful opinion of me, and he's delighted that I woke up so that he can be with me the rest of the day while I'm
yeah,
awake. He's
yeah.
with me when I'm asleep, but when I'm awake. And I'm learning to take advantage of that. It's amazing it's taken me this long. But you know,
Yeah, it can. It can take
and
that it can take a long time.
this is a wonderful statement in my notes. And these are all part of one note, so they're all over the place. There's
Yeah.
no consistent thought. This is just what I wrote for that day.
Yeah.
Right, but this is an amazing thought. Christ living inside me is the proof of God's opinion of me. If God had a bad opinion of me, would he want his son living inside me?
No. Okay. I get it. It was
Do you,
hard at the beginning. I was like, "Wha I was waiting. I knew it would probably come around, and it did. Yeah. Yes.
I mean, think
His
about it. God put his son inside me to
Yeah.
think that he thinks about me like most of the world and most of the Christians think he thinks about me and them.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. That
Yeah.
I would be this terrible, wicked, disgusting, grotesque sinner, and God's going to have his son live inside me.
Right.
It's If I was God, I wouldn't want anywhere near me.
Yeah, 10-foot pole.
Right.
Yeah.
But how often does anybody think like that? That statement right there. I mean, what a wonderful statement, and you didn't even get
Yeah.
it the second I said it.
Yeah, it took me a minute to process it.
Is it? I mean, does it kind of come up now? Or I mean,
It's still something in me. Well, okay, this it's hard to get the right words, right?
yes,
I'm resistant. I don't know why,
yeah,
but something no, I know what it is. It's Satan, but the enemy, that spirit of
yeah.
the I
Oh,
don't know
oh,
exactly.
he's on your
Yeah.
shoulder, chattering,
Oh,
chatter,
yeah.
chatter, chatter,
That
chatter, chatter, telling you this is a bunch of
yeah,
hooey,
that
and
that
he
can't be
knows
true.
your hot buttons, so he knows how to get
Yeah,
you off the course.
he does. He knows exactly what would keep me from buying that
Yeah.
and how to, yeah,
But
punch
but
in the right.
just follow the logic. If
Yes.
we are that filthy and dirty and sinners and stuff like that,
Yeah.
God would have his son living inside of us that are
Right.
disgusting. And like that
Right.
one Bible verse that's always, they only read the first half of it, not the second of it. I think it's in Micah. Um,
Yeah.
it says that God can't look on evil.
Right.
I don't remember where the verse is, but it says that God can't. The prophet was saying, God, you can't look on evil. But
Yeah.
if you read the rest of it and you read it properly, it goes, God, you can't look on evil. So why are you looking on evil?
Right.
That's what the verse says.
Right.
So it's
Right. Right.
it's it's
Right.
like, wow, wait a minute. Well, I've been taught that God can't look at evil, which means he can't look at me or anybody else if I'm being evil.
Yeah.
But that verse says you can't look on evil, so why are you doing it?
Right. Right.
and and so it's the same thing, that God cherishes us. And that's why his son is inside of us, because his
Yeah.
son is the life that we live. That is our life. And
Yeah.
that even though the chapter 3 of Colossians, I think it's the second, third, or fourth verse, talks about Christ as our life, that's not what the Greek says. However,
Mhm.
that is a true statement.
Right.
That is a true statement. The Greek says something that's just as wonderful. I wouldn't say better,
Mhm.
but um, we're gosh, God thinks so well of me that Christ lives inside of me. That I that because
Eh,
Christ is His treasure.
yeah.
His Son is His treasure, and He
Y
puts His treasure inside me.
right.
That what does that say about me
Yeah.
to God? It's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's stunning.